lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm Deion Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. Extra the cred with it. You either fight or flight, I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions. With soul food flowed and stock my bad kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move, they gladly imitate it. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon to your paper castle. The alpha and omega, promise it ain't nothing after. A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I did make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the south out my city. You probably wouldn't make it, oh yeah, really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the London Black Knights. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Prescott. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that one, that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
So now on 4th down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chip in. And this one is right through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
On 2nd and 7, Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 16 yards, a 1st down. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Brought down by Devin Harper. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. They'll roll him out right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football, and he's got a first.
I don't think that run was anything that was designed, but when his reads were blanketed as he went through his progressions, all that was left was for him to run and try and pick it up himself.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts, eluding the pressure right. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. An option handoff given to Sanders. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Black Knights have moved out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Elliott. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Yeah, Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Fourth down, Prescott. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Hurts. He'll buy some time. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this one's going to be touchdown right at about the 35-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott to throw it. Flushed out right. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Well, turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly, but, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
Hurts throw taken in by Hockenson here. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
From the 16, Hurts. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Flush to his right. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing is Hurts. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown! Devontae Smith as the first half is winding down. And the Black Knights would extend their lead here just before halftime. Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Final play of the half. Prescott going to take a shot for Gallup. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, as they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Another run with Sanders. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Here's Hurts to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Black Knights take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On 2nd and 7, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. The Prescott to Schultz there for the Cowboy first.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Meanwhile, Dak's throw there caught by Gallup. Only able to gain a couple there, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
I thought once he got out of the pocket, he was looking further downfield. Instead, he brings his sight lines back to a shorter route, settles on his receiver running the drag left to right, and they wind up not getting a whole lot out of that one.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. That's caught once again by Gallup. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Prescott to throw on 4th. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Hurts. Well, going for Jefferson downfield. And got his man complete. And all the way in for the touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Black Knights are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Rolling to his right. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Hurts sets up to throw it. And it's caught. Touchdown. A.J. Brown. 31 yards. And the Black Knights are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing. Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his 1st catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. To the air again, Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense. And certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They go to Elliott again. The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Probably wishing that they could have had a few runs like that earlier in the game, now facing this deficit in the 4th.
Hard to criticize a run of that magnitude, but they really need those types of runs to go the distance and need bigger plays to try and get back into this one.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out. So
they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott rolling to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Play action now. Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got to be feeling, look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. He's at the 40. And he goes diving to get as much as he can following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end. 120 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no